I've seen a few people on night.
And party nights as well.
Party. What's that? What's party night?
Yeah.
You select the right music, the drinks.
Yeah, Angie's told me about a party night.
Just
Yeah,
two
I
of you.
think
There's two of us.
Okay, all right.
And we dance. We dance like it's a dance. Because
Okay.
Two of us.
Where's this come under? This what's it?
This is, I think, physical touch.
I think this might covers all
I
five.
think that's
Quality
quality time. It is quality time.
Yeah.
Do you think acts of service is more something that a man would do for a woman than vice versa?
Well, I think that if you're looking along the lines of like
Depends what it
chores or things like that, then generally I think a woman, generally speaking, does more chores anyway, just naturally. You know, she's gonna clean more, she's gonna wash up more, she's.
Yeah, so.
I don't know. I mean,
Well, I mean,
No, so that's my whole point. Do you think then that a woman is going to appreciate an act of service more than a man would? Because generally,
yeah, I think again in the chores area, yes, but then I think that it depends on
yeah.
if you start naming acts of service,
Yeah, 'cause
then
like massage or it
yeah,
doesn't-
a man might
yeah,
appreciate that
yeah.
more.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think for me, I think I would. I mean, like I gave examples about the acts of service. You know what I mean, for instance, that I would probably expect, even though I think maybe on the reverse, they would probably expect a lot more from myself, acts of service, or knowing. So, for instance, if they're working late and they're going to come home late, you know, knowing that there's dinner ready, you know what I mean, for when they come home, so then they would really appreciate that sort of thing. You know, it's like that would be class to them.
Yeah, that's
acts
acts
of
of
service.
Yeah.
Without, you know, coming home and thinking, my God, you know, I was coming home late. You know.
Yeah,
So
but
just-
then
just
again,
knowing little
it's things like that though, because it's
That
like
could cause-
if say I don't know, not if a woman say is doing other things or she's working as well part time, maybe she's got the kids afterwards or whatever. Yeah, it's like she may think, yeah, I know you're coming late, but I wouldn't mind some dinner too.
Yeah, or she's like, there's got to be some compromise, isn't there?
Yeah,
really?
I think it's so. But what's
But mine, that's what as I'm sitting there thinking, all right, so when you told me about this, I'd never heard, I was like, Angie, I thought it was just, what did I say? Like,
Dirty
talk. So I thought I didn't know.
yeah, but you know, dirty talk, we can put it in there.
we can put
You
dirty
know,
talk.
word affirmation.
Words
maybe.
It's a word, right. Well, I do like word affirmation.
Or that could be physical touch, possibly.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lead up to the physical touch.
I like words of affirmation. However, right, so when obviously we spoke about this, I spoke to Paul, my husband, and we had the same. We had the same two, which are quality time and physical touch.
Okay.
So,
Even though, if there was going to be the third, for me, it would be words of affirmation. Because I like being told, I like when he says it. I like that. I really do.
well, I think that it is what you like, isn't it, at the end of the day? And I think that the fact that you both got the same love language makes it easier because often we don't break it down like this. We're just with somebody and we kind of assume that you're just going to know what they like, and we can get it so wrong, I suppose. So the fact that you've got the same, your relationship, even if love language didn't come up like this,
However,
it should be.
What Angie was saying, it's funny how that's what we both want, quality time, but then that's the hardest thing to get to do, because we're going through life like this, and
we have to make time.
but it's so difficult sometimes. So as you said, you come from work, it feels like you're coming from work, you go to bed, it's just on repeat. So you really have to kind of literally find time for
draw
it.
the breaks and think, okay, how do I fit
Could
in
be a
the quality
weekend
time?
together. It could be just.
But then someone was saying to me, I can't remember who it was now, but that they have a date night.
Oh, okay.
I do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
is it? Yeah,
date
because-
night.
and I think that
once a month.
yeah.
I've seen a few people at night.
And party night as well.
Party. What's party night?
Yeah.
It's let the right music, the drinks.
Yeah, and just tell me about the party.
Just
night.
two
I
of you.
think
Just two of us.
Okay, all right.
valuable.
And we dance. We dance like it's a dance, but it's the two of us.
Where's this come under? What's it?
This is I think physical touch.
I think this might
Yeah,
covers all
I
five.
think that's
Quality
quality time. It is
quality
quality
time.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I think it's good that you make it fun as well.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
because I
And
do
we
think
even dress like you're going to a party, but dress like in different rooms and stuff, so you don't even know what the other one's gonna wear.
Oh,
Kind of
wow.
make it like you're going on a date.
It's like role play.
I think that maybe that should be a
She
subject
had on
to
her
itself.
nurse's uniform for the last one.
What's that?
So I don't think she had on her nurse's uniform for the last one.
But yeah, I think that
There's
is,
too much secrets here.
Yeah, it's true.
you know what I'm saying? But you know, everyone can learn from these things.
Yeah, definitely.
If it's the same love language, of course. Well, Nadia, we haven't even got to you.
Yeah, got to me. See, I'm last because I'm the single one. So
But you
I think-
still got love language.
Yeah,
don't you?
you got love
Yeah,
language.
you have
So,
to-
yeah, if
okay,
you
so
like.
if I reflect on my past relationship, I think for me, where I've struggled as well is time, quality time, and I think sometimes we don't often think about making the quality time. So Angie is a good advocate for it, and she makes the quality time. And I think with myself, there's always something else I've got to do. Yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. So even though I would like to spend more quality time, I don't think I've really pushed the effort to say, okay, that quality time needs to be on a constant. I'll be like, okay, we're going to have quality time at the end of the month, or we're going to go on holiday in 2 months' time. But that's not enough. So it's a love language, and I think this discussion's been very important for me because it's not something that I've looked at. So just like Angie said when she first started, like, what the hell is that? I'm like, love language. So I think quality time is very important, but it's not something that I've pushed at the forefront of my relationships. Physical touch is very important to me because I love holding hands, I love hugging, I love hugs. So if I get a big strong pair of arms around me, I'm in love already. I love hugs, I love physical touch, and quality time I think is very important. Words of affirmation, I think I love that as well because it makes you feel good, both to tell someone and to receive. And I know my ex used to say, Miss Nadia, you haven't told me how I look today. You haven't said how I look, or do you like this? So I realised as well that it was just as important to compliment him, and it made him feel better. And whenever we gave or received compliments, it's obviously going to bring you closer together. So I think those three things were my top things as well.
Okay.
So but I think definitely it's something that all couples should look at because it's a great foundation
I think
for
so.
good relationship.
Improving
Yeah.
communication.
Definitely.
And I think a lot, as one of us said earlier, that a lot of us don't think about it. You just roll on. It was really nice to see Angie's example that she really does make time. We know that we all love to travel, but we always say amongst ourselves, Angie loves her holidays because she makes time out. She's going on a weekend here, a weekend there. And it's very important because you can spend a lot of time with your partner, but it's not quality time. So if you don't switch off the phone or, shut out the world, even if it's for an hour, and have that time together, it's not quality time.
But then I would say I think it depends on the relationship, because I think of all my relationships, not that I've had loads, by the way, but I think I've really this one is like quality time has been really, really important, and it's been important for him just as well as me. And because we really, really enjoy it and we look forward to it, it's like it
So
makes
you
it
make
more
it priority.
priority.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think if it was previous relationship, I think it would be maybe acts of service would have been more important for me. Make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, but you can say on all the previous relationships, acts of service.
That's why the previous relationship
failed, yeah.
You know? But then I think it does depend on the person, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It depends on the person, and also I think that if they know what your love language is, then you're happy to reciprocate or to give back. You know what I mean? It's not then like you're thinking, okay, he likes that. It's not kind of like, you know, you're trying to be strategic, or you're trying to think, if I do this for him, then he'll do that for me. You're just, it's like when you're giving to each other, you just want to give to each other because it's going both ways. You know, it's not something that you're trying at, you know. But,
so one of the most important things in all of this is recognizing what your partner's love language is. Because if you can't identify that, then you know you're a non-starter, really.
But then in the same breath, it's as I'm listening here to this, I then think of like when you think of couples that are so opposite. Do you understand? Like so, obviously not obviously, but I like going out. Paul doesn't really like going out to different places. He's a home person. He likes being at home. So then you need to kind of transfer that into. Do you understand what I mean? Balance. Well, if you're completely opposite to each other, which I think we are. I think we are so different to what we like. But then you have to kind of transfer that or gravitate. But yet we still have the same love language.
They do say opposites attract.
You
could have two people that do things the same, because even though you and your husband are opposites in what you like, your love language was exactly the same.
Yeah, true.
So you know you've got the common ground that you recognise.
True.
And also I think that, you know, some of the things that you do, like your hobbies or the things that you enjoy doing, it's kind of still outside of what your love language is between you and your partner. You know, so I'm saying that where you like to go out, or if it was like, you know, I was like really into exercising and your partner wasn't. Obviously, I'm not into exercising, but but I'm saying if it was just one, like you've got your things that you like doing. It's like I think that is still kind of outside of what your love language is. It can be. I mean, the only thing that kind of ties it to this, I think, is time. You know, time to do any of these things.
I think that's the factor in everything, in all of all of them love languages.
True.
It's time.
But so I think that, you know, the second part of the question, which was how important is it to relationships, I would go as far as saying I think it's core. You know, I mean that it can literally break a relationship if you don't really identify these things. So what I would suggest to the viewers is to, you know, have a look at your language. You can start by looking it up. You know, we'll have it in the description box, a link there, and see if you can improve your relationships. Is that meant to be the end?
Yeah,
really well, actually.